Gemini, it's time for your weekly horoscope for the coming 7 days. And yes, something different yet again. Get used to it. Things change. I like to flow. I like to just do crazy things. So, just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or of course, you may also follow the links below. And got a sale going on right now, 20% off all services, including gift certificates, now accepting tips and donations, and the build a spread horoscope. I'm workshopping that with myself and my higher levels right now. So we're working on it. I really want to bring it back. So we'll see what happens with that there. So we are going to be doing this a little bit differently. You might not have me just glancing here. I'm not holding up the cards, obviously. And I do like to work with, notes on occasion, because I just find that helps me to, get all the information as it comes super, super quickly, as opposed to breaking my stream of consciousness to do something entertaining on camera. And those of you who know me, and work with me spiritually and things like that, I'm not one for breaking, the flow when I'm in the flow. And for those of you who are spiritual practitioners, you know that it's not good to break the flow when you are in the flow. So what is going on when it comes to this coming week? This week is all about really redistributing where you are putting your investments, your commitments, and your energy by actually bringing everything to a full stop, and then redistributing and reallocating and reassessing and reorganizing. Because we've got the Four of Swords upright as your spiritual theme of what's going on behind all areas of your life, what is occurring in all areas. And so this is the full stop energy, right? But when I say full stop, it's not necessarily negative. The Four of Swords is a card of healing. It's a card of recuperation, calling back our energies, calling back our activities, and then we are actually, getting them under our control again. Because what I'm seeing with the Four of Swords is that this full stop energy is also going to allow for new opportunities, new breakthroughs to come in when the hustle and bustle and the noise kind of quiets down a little bit. It's like we have to turn off the music. We have to dim the chatter and the small talk and the busyness in order to see, oh my goodness, there was stuff going on here. There were other manifestations. There were other opportunities and new connections coming through that we've all been way too preoccupied to see. And so that's where the full stop energy is really serving you this week, Gemini. In fact, as we get into your material concerns when it comes to your wealth, your professional life, your abundance, your living situation, we've got the Judgment card upright. And lo and behold, there does seem to be some kind of shift where you can either test out of or test into, interview out of, interview into a different line of work, a different position, a different role, or maybe a different source of income. This could even be a reevaluation of an old source of income, an old career or service aspiration that you had, maybe even update or expand on some kind of income avenue or source of abundance that you have. And we might not have known about this being available if not for the full stop. Okay, I am also seeing with the Judgment card upright, there is a revival of an opportunity to maybe actually bring it into being and manifest it on more stable ground for you. Now, I'm not sure if this is having to do with like a personal passion, a personal business, or maybe even something, or something else, but it does look like that is also up for grabs. But it's in the stillness and in the silence of that full stop and that, that heart-centered connection that we start to see these things happen. And, we have to come out of the mind level, we got to come out of the social level, stop scrolling endlessly, don't give any more of your life energy to social media if, just because, right? You'd be surprised how much time you really have in the day. And when you start bringing things to a full stop, this is what's going to be available, what's going to be seen. It's like we didn't even know to look over there. As you get onto your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you actually have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And I am seeing that a thorn in your side will be leaving, but a lot of you may not necessarily know why, or it may actually surprise you that it's going away the way it is. I'm seeing you getting release and relief through this departure, But with the Eight of Swords reversed, there's also a bit of a challenge for you. Don't go chasing that person. Okay, now this could be a friend, this could be a relative, this could be somebody that's been in our life for a while, this could be even a community or a group disbanding or falling apart, right? We've seen this. We've been talking about this with the incoming waves. Incoming wave is up, by the way. With the splintering effect and the coherence wave and all of this kind of stuff. We're talking about getting everyone into a space where they are working with their common denominator in the highest interest of all concerned, right? Or at least something comparable, if not the same, one up or one down, but no big gaps, no huge power differences, no disparities. And so you might be seeing that there is a relief and a release coming in this week, and probably due to this full stop, but we may actually take a second to understand the greater meaning behind it. So a lot of you Gemini people, I don't want you to be like overwrought, or you won't be, not with the Eight of Swords reversed. Nobody gets overwrought with the Eight of Swords reversed. I just be careful of maybe slowing down this release and this relief. Be careful about maybe accidentally delaying your next shift, because what I'm seeing with this is that also there's a replacement coming in. There's a replacement person, replacement figure, replacement relation, replacement assistance, replacement ally, or even whatever kind of forming in this, possibly already kind of waiting in the queue, so to speak. So let this play out. Just let it play out, okay? You may even feel like, oh my gosh, I should at least make a show of putting up a fight. Just let it play out. As we get on to your challenge this week, or your lesson that may present as a challenge, well, we've got the Queen of Wands reversed. Speaking of making a show of things. The Queen of Wands reversed is ultimately a need for you to make sure that you understand that it's okay to not try and always do things according to what another person might consider to be good optics or good advice at this time. Because the Queen of Wands reversed is indicating that we need to be purging any kind of projected peer pressure or even shallow values that may actually be holding us in a space or pressurizing our life in a way to constantly hold up realities and experiences that are really, kind of beneath our highest trajectory. The Queen of Wands itself is a card of, yes, we can see nitpicking, we can see harassment, we can see bullying, we can see, spite sometimes come through this. And you may be finding that, yes, there are people who expect you to hold up their reality for them just by simply living your role and doing what they want you to do in the little TV show that they have going on in their own head. Okay. And so you might be feeling like this is a week where, okay, yeah, we need to not live our lives according to that, right? You don't have to pacify people by placating to their insecurities or their issues or how much they don't really know who they really are. And that is, where this is going. A lot of you are going to find that there is freedom this week from a lot of those external pressures. But you got to make sure that you can also reconcile with the fact that sometimes what people say is the right thing to do, according to them, is really what they're really saying is, this is the right thing to do for me right now, and that you should do it for me. I can't do it myself. The Queen of Wands reversed can't really do anything herself. So that's where we need to be careful about letting ourselves get trapped or coerced into doing things that ultimately are, it's not even in our highest good. It's not even a part of our journey. It's like we're just dragging this other broken person along, or situation. It might not be a person, okay? So just keep that in mind. Hope that makes sense. As we get on to your emotions or your relationships, love and romance, we do have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And there is going to be a part of this week where a lot of you, when it comes to love and romance, are going to get to a space where a lot of unspoken truths, a lot of unspoken or perhaps even self-censored truths are going to be coming out from you as well as your partner. And we need to be able to encourage this, because I'm not seeing this as necessarily something that has to be bad or something that has to be negative. It could actually be a big relief. This is about bringing us to the gates so we can open them for the flood. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, we may be finding that we need to also be encouraging more emotional vulnerability. And by vulnerability, I just mean transparency. I just mean trust. I just mean, self-security and self-assuredness when it comes to our expressions this week, because a lot of people are going to be aching to share and bond and connect with this card. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, especially even with new people. You may be finding that, yeah, there is a chemistry or there is a crush or something that we get to kind of break the ice with. But this is a week where we have to make sure that everyone is encouraged to break the ice and let that water flow, let that, that emotional energy flow. Because I'm seeing with the Ace of Cups reversed, there are some things that are like held back that need to come forward, not only from you, but from others as well. And this is a week where we get to kind of do that. So that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.